Love after 60. 5 words every man secretly wants before a kiss. Number 3 matters most. Welcome to Wise Life After 60. So grateful to have you here. Let me ask you something real, from one heart to another. Have you ever been in that moment right before a kiss? The kind where your heart starts racing just a little faster? The conversation fades, and there's this quiet pause hanging in the air. You're both close enough to feel each other's presence, and yet nothing has happened. You're waiting. He's waiting. And somehow that silence feels louder than words. Here's what most women are never told, especially when it comes to love after 60. What you say in that tiny space of time can shape the entire moment. It can turn it into something unforgettable, or it can quietly let the connection drift away. And it's not about saying the perfect thing or permitting him. It's about something deeper. Before that kiss ever happens, a man is listening to how he feels with you. He wants to feel wanted, seen, and gently drawn in, not chased or tested. Today, here on Wise Life After 60, I want to share 5 simple words that every man secretly wants to hear before a kiss. These words don't chase or persuade, they gently invite. And when they're spoken with calm presence, they leave a feeling that lingers long after the kiss. If this kind of conversation feels meaningful to you, I invite you to gently tap the like button and subscribe to Wise Life After 60. It helps this space continue to share honest reflections about love, connection, and life after 60. And before we move into the first word, I want you to remember this. The most powerful moments in attraction don't come from trying to impress. They come from allowing someone to feel safe, chosen, and present with you. And that's exactly where our first word begins. I want you. Desire changes the temperature of a moment faster than anything else. One honest sentence can quiet the noise in a man's mind and turn uncertainty into presence. That sentence is simple, but its impact is not. I want you. In Love After 60, this phrase carries a very different weight than it did years ago. It is no longer about proving attraction or playing a role. It is about conscious choice. When a woman says, I want you, she is not giving something away. She is standing inside her own desire and naming it without apology. That alone shifts the energy between two people. Most men, especially later in life, carry a quiet question before a kiss. Am I reading this right? Am I welcome here? Am I about to cross a line? When those words are spoken, that question dissolves. The moment becomes clear. Clarity is deeply calming to a man's nervous system. It allows him to relax into the connection instead of managing doubt. What many women misunderstand, particularly navigating dating after 60, is that desire does not weaken feminine energy. Owning desire strengthens it. I want you is not urgency, it is awareness. It is the difference between reaching and choosing. In attraction psychology, clarity creates safety, and safety creates depth. When a man hears those words, his attention naturally settles. His body softens. He is no longer scanning for signals or guarding himself against missteps. His focus comes fully to you, to the moment, to what is unfolding. The kiss that follows often slows down, not because the desire fades, but because it no longer needs to rush. In love psychology, this is the moment where intention replaces hesitation. Desire becomes grounded instead of performative. It is not about taking control, it is about standing still in what is true and letting the other person meet you there. This is why I want you is transformational. It does not chase, it does not ask, it simply states what already exists. And when desire is named without fear, it becomes an anchor rather than a spark that burns out too quickly. But desire alone is only the doorway. What happens next is shaped by how closeness is invited, not demanded. And that invitation begins with the next words. Word 2. Come closer. Some moments don't need more intensity. They need less distance. And that's exactly where these words live. Come closer. This phrase doesn't rush the moment forward, it draws it inward. In love after 60, that distinction matters more than ever. We've lived long enough to know that attraction isn't built by pushing, it's built by allowing. Come closer is not a command, it's an opening, a soft signal that says the space between us is welcome, not dangerous. I've seen this play out in the quietest ways. A woman and a man sitting together after dinner, conversations slowing naturally, neither one quite sure who will move first. She doesn't lean in, she doesn't perform, she simply meets his eyes and says, "Come closer." Nothing else changes, yet everything does. His posture shifts, his attention sharpens. He moves not out of pressure, but out of invitation. In attraction psychology, anticipation is often more powerful than action. Come closer creates that anticipation without stripping a man of his sense of agency. He still feels chosen, but not chased. He still feels masculine, but not burdened by expectation. That balance is rare, and men feel it immediately. What's beautiful about this phrase is how it preserves feminine energy while deepening emotional connection. It keeps imagination alive. It slows the rhythm instead of accelerating it. The kiss that follows often feels intentional, almost ceremonial, like stepping into a moment rather than stumbling into it. In senior love advice, we rarely talk about how slowing down can actually intensify connection. Yet this is where elderly wisdom quietly shines. We stop trying to manufacture sparks and start honoring presence. Come closer respects the moment instead of consuming it. Let me ask you something, and I'd truly love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever noticed how an invitation feels different from being pursued, especially later in life? If this resonates with you, share your experience in the comments. Your story might speak to someone who hasn't found the words yet. But here's where things deepen, because while an invitation builds anticipation, there is one phrase that changes the entire emotional landscape of the moment. And once it's spoken, the kiss is no longer just about desire. It becomes something else entirely. Word 3. I feel safe with you. Not every word deepens desire, but some words change the meaning of desire altogether. This is one of them. I feel safe with you. When these words are spoken, something fundamental shifts beneath the surface. The moment stops being only about attraction and becomes about trust. In love after 60, that shift is profound. We are no longer strangers to loss, disappointment, or guarded hearts. Safety is not assumed, it is felt, or it is not. A man may not always say it out loud, but safety is one of the deepest longings he carries into intimacy. When he hears that you feel safe with him, he doesn't hear pressure, he hears permission to soften. The need to perform, impress, or prove quietly falls away. His body responds before his mind has time to analyze. In love psychology, safety does not diminish passion, it anchors it. Without safety, desire stays sharp and restless. With safety, it becomes steady and intentional. This is where emotional intimacy begins to take shape, not as a dramatic declaration, but as a shared calm that allows closeness to deepen naturally. What makes these words so powerful is that they speak to something men rarely feel acknowledged for. Strength is expected. Control is assumed, but trust is deeply personal. When a woman names safety, she reflects something to him that he may not even know he's offering.
In dating after 60, many connections fail not because attraction is missing, but because neither person feels fully at ease. "I feel safe with you" dissolves that tension. It tells him that being himself is enough in this moment, that presence matters more than perfection. This is the quiet turning point where desire becomes relational instead of transactional. The kiss that follows carries weight, not urgency. It lingers not because it must, but because nothing is pushing it forward. And yet, safety alone does not explain everything. There is another phrase that adds history to the moment, that reveals the kiss was never accidental. And when those words are spoken, the connection suddenly feels inevitable.
Word 4. I've been wanting this. Some words don't live in the present moment. They reveal that the moment has been forming all along. "I've been wanting this" does exactly that. When these words are spoken, the kiss is no longer a sudden decision. It becomes a quiet confirmation. In love after 60, that matters deeply. We've lived long enough to appreciate intention over impulse. This phrase tells a man that the desire didn't appear out of nowhere. It grew, it waited, it chose its time. I remember watching two people who had known each other for months. Nothing dramatic, just shared meals, slow conversations, comfortable silences. When she finally said, "I've been wanting this," his expression changed instantly, not with surprise, but with relief, as if something unspoken had finally been named. The kiss that followed wasn't rushed. It felt earned, almost inevitable. In attraction psychology, shared awareness deepens connection. When a man hears that he has been noticed and desired quietly, it strengthens his sense of certainty. Doubt fades, hesitation loosens its grip. The moment stops feeling risky and starts feeling right. This phrase carries a rare balance. It doesn't pressure the future and it doesn't minimize the present. It simply acknowledges truth. In dating after 60, truth is far more seductive than strategy. "I've been wanting this" honors the journey that led to the moment, instead of pretending it just happened. There's something deeply grounding about knowing a kiss is the natural result of time, attention, and mutual awareness. It shifts the energy from "should we" to "of course." The kiss becomes an expression of alignment rather than a leap into the unknown. I'm curious, and I mean this sincerely. Have you ever experienced a moment where something finally felt inevitable instead of uncertain? If this resonates with you, share your thoughts in the comments. Your reflection may help someone else recognize what they're feeling but haven't yet named. And still, even inevitability needs reassurance. There is one final phrase that seals the moment, not by leading it forward, but by letting it stay exactly where it is. And that's where everything settles. Word 5. Don't stop. There is a moment in intimacy when nothing more needs to be added, only allowed. This is where these words live. Don't stop. Unlike the others, this phrase doesn't open the moment or define it, it affirms it. In love after 60, affirmation carries a quiet power. We no longer seek intensity for its own sake, we seek alignment. Don't stop tells a man that he is present, attuned, and moving in harmony with you. What makes these words so potent is their honesty. They are not a request for more, they are a response to what is already right. In love psychology, reassurance dissolves self-consciousness faster than desire ever could. When a man hears "don't stop," any lingering doubt disappears. He knows, without question, that he is doing something right. This is where confidence settles into the body. Movements slow naturally. Touch becomes more intentional. The kiss deepens, not because it must escalate, but because it no longer needs to prove anything. In emotional intimacy, this is the point where two nervous systems begin to synchronize.
Don't stop does not control the moment, it releases it. It allows the experience to remain exactly as it is without pushing toward an outcome. That is why it feels so grounding. A man doesn't feel directed, he feels trusted, and trust, especially later in life, is profoundly attractive. In dating after 60, many connections falter because people rush past the moment they're actually craving. This phrase does the opposite. It anchors the present. It tells him that staying here is enough, that being with you right now is enough. And when that message lands, the kiss becomes something shared rather than led. Not a performance, not a pursuit, but a mutual rhythm unfolding at its own pace. Taken together, these 5 words are not techniques, they are expressions of awareness, presence, and self-trust. They remind us that attraction is not about saying more, but about saying what is true at the right moment. And sometimes, the most powerful thing you can offer is permission for the moment to remain exactly as it is.
As we come to the end of this conversation, I want to leave you with something simple, but deeply true. Real chemistry doesn't come from doing more. It comes from saying less, but saying what is honest. Especially in love after 60, we've learned that effort without presence feels empty, but a few true words can stay with us for a lifetime. These 5 words were never meant to be a formula. They are not lines to memorize or techniques to perform. They are reflections of something much quieter: presence, certainty, and the courage to be honest with your own feelings in the moment. When words come from that place, they don't push or pull, they simply land. When a man feels wanted, not as an idea, but as a choice, something settles inside him. When he feels chosen, not chased, his attention deepens. And when he feels safe, truly safe, intimacy stops being about proving anything and starts becoming about sharing something real. That's when a kiss stops being just a kiss. That is why the moment before the kiss matters so much. When a man feels desired before his lips ever touch yours, the kiss itself becomes charged, not rushed, not uncertain, but alive. It turns into a memory that lingers, not because it was dramatic, but because it felt true. If this reflection spoke to you, I invite you to gently like this video and subscribe to Wise Life After 60. It helps keep this space alive, where we can talk honestly about love, connection, and the quiet wisdom that comes with age. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until next time, take care of your heart and trust the power of saying just enough.